Hi, this is Melanie from Tryon. I'm going to teach you how to set up Try Before You Buy for your Shopify store using Tryon. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your Shopify account and go to the relevant store. Then you're going to go over here and click on Apps. And you're going to click on Apps and Sales Channel Settings. From here, you're going to go to the Shopify App Store. And in the search bar at the top, you're just going to type in Tryon. There it is. And here it is, Tryon right here, Try Before You Buy. You just click on that. And then, yeah, you're going to go over here. You're going to press install. Great. Here, you just approve a couple permissions here. Basically, just the necessary stuff for Tryon to run seamlessly on your store. You click install app. And here is where you end up. This is the Tryon onboarding page. So a couple things to note here. Here on the left side, there's some background information, a little bit of information about how Tryon works, some of the system requirements, etc. We'll go through this whole process together, so don't worry about reading through this all now. On the right side is sort of your setup plan, your onboarding plan, and it takes you through step by step, so it's super user-friendly. And then just so you know, over here in the corner, this little We Are Here button, if you ever have a question or a concern, you'd like a personal walkthrough on how to get this started, you can send a message to our customer support team. Usually someone will get back to you right away. If not right away, within just a few hours, we'll be right with you, and we'd be happy to help you out. All right, so I'm going to walk us through the basic process, each one of these steps in the setup process. So the first point is to set up a plan. And this is really important because it basically defines how the Try Before You Buy process is going to work specifically on your store, and you can customize it depending on what your business model is and what your store's needs are. So here you can click on View. This is just to make it easy all in one place, but you can also always click over here on the left on the plan button. But just to put it all on our onboarding page, we're going to click here on View. So you can see there's a handful of fields to fill out here. It can seem a little bit overwhelming at first. I promise it's not. It's quite simple once we get into it. So I'll start from the top, plan name. The default here is Try Before You Buy. This is essentially the button that will appear on the product page where the customer will be able to select the Try Before You Buy option. So if you want there to be a button that says try at home or try for free for 7 days or whatever text you might want, that's what you should put as. So let's say try at home for ours. The next field is maximum allowed try-on items per order. So this is essentially how many items you're willing for a customer to check out using the Try Before You Buy method in one order. So for example, if a customer is buying 5 items and you're only willing to send out 3 items for Try Before You Buy at a time, after the customer has added 3 items to the cart, the try on button will disappear for any additional products. So if you want to put a limit, you can put a limit. Otherwise, the default is no limit. I'm going to leave no limit here and continue on to the next part. So the next part is the trial schedule. And this is essentially your timeline of how the Try Before You Buy is going to work. So the pre-trial period is the number of days between the order creation to the beginning of the home trial itself. Now, the default is that when a customer orders a product, once it is delivered to their home and it's marked in the system as delivered, that's when it automatically triggers the trial to start. If for any reason there is no delivered status updated in the system, with logistics and shipping, sometimes things can get messed up. This is basically your safety net. So no matter how many days you don't get a delivered status update, this will require that after, for example, 10 days, it will automatically trigger the trial period to start. So I'm going to go ahead and put 8 just for fun here. For the trial period, this is the number of days that you allow the customer to try the product at home. Okay, let's say that you are a sunglasses company and you want to give your customers a full week to try on their new lenses, etc. So, okay, we're going to give them 7 days to try on the product at home before they have to send it back or choose to keep it and pay for the item. And then here we have the return period. And this is kind of for you on the back end to just have some buffer time for shipping back to you, etc. And this is essentially once the customer's trial period has ended and they've started shipping it back, you will still have those funds authorized and just protected until the product returns to you. The default here is 10 days. You can change it, you can raise it, you can lower it. I'm going to leave it at 10 for now. Now, what the system does is it adds up all these days together, and it defines the total authorization period. And this is the number of days that there will be an authorization hold on the customer's credit card. So the customer's credit card will be have an authorization hold placed on it for 25 days. And it's important to note here, most credit card companies have a limit for how long you can place an authorization hold. And that's why the Tryon system constantly checks and restarts authorization holds to ensure that you actually have those funds protected for the entire 25-day or however many day period. Finally, here at the bottom, we have the public access options. Now, if you want all customers to be able to try before they buy, try at home, whatever, you can click allow and everyone will have access to that button. If you want to limit try before you buy to certain customers, certain segments, if you want to only offer it for customers in an abandoned cart email sequence, etc., you can click on hide, and then only customers with a specific link will be able to see the button. And the way that you do that is you just add this text, ? Is Tryon equals true at the end of the URL. And if you add that to the end of the URL, the Tryon button will appear. I'm going to say that I want all my customers to be able to try before they buy. So I'm going to click on allow. Then I just have to select products. I'm going to click here on browse. And this is where I define which products are going to be available for try before you buy. So in my store, I have a necklace and I have a ring. I'm going to offer try before you buy for both of them. So I'll click add. And there we go. Before you close out of this page, make sure to click save to keep all your changes. There you go. Plan saved. You are all set. Now we're going to head back to the homepage of our Tryon onboarding homepage, which you get to by clicking over here on Tryon. And as you can see, we've actually completed 2 steps already. Choosing products was the second step. So we did that all in one page, piece of cake. The next step is to add Tryon into your e-commerce store theme. So it's, again, when you hear app embed and you hear theme, it can get overwhelming for some of us less technically inclined, but it's actually super simple, and I'm going to show you exactly how. So to do this, you just click on view, and it's going to bring you into your theme settings. Now, as you can see right here, that button is already switched to on, the try before you buy button, which means that the try at home button, which we chose that text when we defined the plan name, maybe you remember, is already here. It's active on the product page. So if you don't want to do anything else, you just want your try at home button to be right underneath your add to cart button and keep everything default settings, you can click save right here and you'll be done. But I want to point out all the ways that you can very easily customize this to achieve whatever your try before you buy goals are and to match your store in whatever way you see fit. So if you scroll down here on the left side, you have all kinds of different customization options. For example, you can where to locate the Tryon button, if you want to show the description underneath, how you want the description text to be aligned, etc., etc., etc. If you want to take away the add to cart button altogether and just offer try before you buy, you can do that. Here, if you want to change the color of the text or the button for the try at home button, it's automatically set to copy its style from the add to cart button. But if you want to change that, you can just unselect that box and change it to whatever color you want. If you wanted to Let's say be bright blue. Perfect, sounds good. There we go. Piece of cake, all set up. But because I think it's a little more aesthetically pleasing, I'm going to return it to copy styles. So it matches the add to cart button. You can change the font, etc. So another thing that's important to highlight here is, as you can see here, right under the button, there's this little description, the Tryon logo, and then try at home, pay for what you keep, and then a little info button, which I'll show you a live preview of what this brings up later. This brings up a pop-up that explains exactly how Tryon works, how the try before you buy system works. And all of this text, this little description, and what comes up in the pop-up is customizable here. You can change the sizing, etc. The pop-up header, when it pops up, this is all the default stuff. Try at home before you pay $0 today, etc. Over here, it's the text for explaining how the authorization hold works, how checkout works, how the trial works, how payment works, etc. If you want to change any of that, you can, or you can leave the defaults. Let's say, just for fun, I'll change the background color on the pop-up. We will make it white. We'll make the text color black and the secondary text color blue. Going crazy here just for fun. Okay. Excellent. Now, if you're all set, you just click on save up here in the right corner, and then you can go preview the page by clicking view. And you can open the product that we were just working on. Either of these products will work, but here's the Tryon necklace. And here it is, exactly what we defined. So we have the try at home button, try at home, pay for what you keep. And when we click on this little info button, boom, here we go. The colors we chose, the fonts we chose, the sizing we chose, and the text we chose. Obviously, like I said, all of this is editable. So you can change it to whatever you wish, whatever you think is most relevant for your customer base. And there it is, simple as that. And here we go. We are back on our try before you buy onboarding page. And as you can see, we have completed step 3. We get a little encouragement here. Looks good. You should see Tryon on your selected products, which is true. We tested that out. And now we are getting to the final step. Okay, so the final step, and this is an optional step, it's recommended, but it's not required, is to add a link to your return portal, if you have one, or your return policy. And I'm going to explain exactly why this is. I'm going to click here on view to get us started. So as part of the Tryon service, we send automated emails to customers at various stages of the customer journey. So when they create an order using Tryon on your store, when the trial starts, when the trial's almost done, when the trial's ended, various other emails, as you can see here. If for any reason you don't want to use the Tryon standard emails, you're welcome to unselect any of them at any time. Most clients just keep it because it makes it very simple. And they're customized for your store. So for example, when the customers get an email about your trial's almost done or your trial's ended, and they want to get the info to return the items, any items they don't want to keep, the email will include a link to your return portal or your return policy. So I'll just put in an imaginary return policy link here, tryonstore.com/returns. Excellent. And it includes your shop name here. Let's say your store is named Pajama Kingdom. Great. That will make it clear to the customer that this is an email from your store. Then we recommend but don't require that you add your return policy link here or your return portal link. You hit save. And there you go, all saved. So now if you head back to the onboarding page, you can see that all of the steps have been completed and you are 100% ready to start using Try Before You Buy right on your store. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a sample of how this looks on the customer end on our sample store here. Okay, we're here on the home page. We scroll down to see our thrilling products here, Tryon necklace and Tryon ring. So let's say, okay, I am going to buy 2 Tryon necklaces, and I'm going to try before you buy them. I'm going to try them at home. Great. I select try at home, added to cart. And then let's say, okay, great. I want to continue shopping. I want to check out some other items. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to check out the Tryon ring. And I'm going to say this one, I don't even need to try at home. I just want to buy this one. I'm going to give it as a gift, let's say. Great. So we offer the ability to have mixed orders, pure Tryon orders, whatever. We can handle it all. So I'm just going to add this one directly to cart. And now I'm ready to check out. So let's go to view cart here. Now you can see right within the cart that the ring, which we just added to cart normally, is $100 regular, and the Tryon necklace, which we're buying 2 of, has try at home marked here, just to make it clear what's what. We'll head over to checkout. Okay, so a couple interesting things to note here. So the subtotal and the total due today, as you can see, are $100, because that's how much the Tryon ring, which is just regular purchase, not try before you buy, that's how much that costs. But here down below, we have total due November 24th. Now, that date that it gives here is calculated based on, if you remember earlier on in the process, we determined how long the whole try before you buy process would be. So how long is the pre-trial, how long is the trial, and how long is the return time? It sums those numbers, and we end up with, I think it was 25 days for this this store. So that's when the full total will be due from the customer. Great. So 100 due today, 100 due on November 24th. Excellent. We scroll down, select shipping method, enter our payment information. Excellent. And hit pay now. And the $100 for the Tryon ring will be immediately charged. And an authorization hold for the Tryon necklaces will be placed on the customer's card. And as discussed, it will be held all the way through the end of the try before you buy period, because we're constantly checking and refreshing those authorization holds. Pay now, and there we go. We've made a purchase. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at how it looks on the merchant end of things in Shopify admin. So first, I just want to point out that if you go to your regular orders page on Shopify, you'll be able to see that order that we just placed. You'll be able to see that it's partially paid. You'll be able to see that it's tagged as a Tryon order, et cetera, et cetera. But I want to note that you should not manage Tryon orders, at least the Tryon components of Tryon orders, within the regular order section. You're actually going to want to do that from within the Tryon order section. I'll show you where that is. Right here, under apps, Tryon orders. So I'm going to go ahead and click on orders. We can see again that order we just created. Just a note here, you can filter, right here we only have one order, but in most cases people have more than one order, and you can filter them here by their status in the system. So if they're just created, if they've been fulfilled, if they're in trial, if they're on return, et cetera, et cetera. You can see that this order, the Tryon status is currently created. So I'm going to open this order. And again, here we can see the order status created. This is a Tryon specific status. This does not come from Shopify. This is for Tryon orders only. So as the order progresses through its steps, this will be updated here. So up here, we have these 4 numbers. We have the original order total, which is what it sounds like, the original total for the order. Over here, we have the updated total, which right now matches the original order total. This will change if the customer decides to return one of the 2 Tryon items that they purchased. I think it was a necklace in the order that we did. And it's worth $50, then the updated total will eventually be $150. So it just basically keeps you up to date on the back end with the actual value, the final value of the order. which for now is 200 as well. Here we have the captured amount. This is how much money has already been captured for the order. And again, this is because $100 worth of the order was not try before you buy. It was just a regular purchase. And this is the remaining total, how much remains to be paid, which is $100. And you can see underneath here in the green text that there's also $100 on an authorization hold. So that's great. That means our money is secured, the funds are protected, everything is as it should be. I'm going to scroll down here. You can see here, just as a little screenshot here of the order. Again, the Tryon ring, you can see it was not a Tryon item, and then Tryon necklaces, which we bought 2 of, are a Tryon item. Again, here on the right is a little progress bar. So as the order progresses through its steps, we have order placed. It will give us here order fulfilled. It'll give us the date here on the side, and then trial started, trial ended, order closed. Those will all be visible as the order goes through its stages. So let's say that the customer who purchased this ring and necklace wants to return one of those necklaces that they ordered, which is a Tryon order or a Tryon item. Okay, a couple things to note here. First of all, if you might note that this customer wants to return this item in a couple different places. Maybe you have another app that you use for returns, et cetera, et cetera. You can note that return wherever you need to, as long as you just make sure that it's also marked here within the Tryon app. That just ensures that Tryon app is able to put everything in place, make sure you get the proper funds returned, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really important to just make sure that you report any returned items also here within the Tryon app. Okay, so let's say again that a customer sends an email to your customer support agent or goes to your return portal or whatever and says, I want to return one of these Tryon necklaces that was part of the Tryon, was a try before you buy item. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do, or your customer support agent's going to do, is going to check what the order status is. So if the order status is still in trial, meaning that this is still within the trial period that you designated for try before you buy items. Let's say I think that you gave on the settings we did previously like a 7-day trial period, and they're on day 6. Excellent, sounds good. And the customer throughout their try before you buy trial period has been receiving automated emails that warns them if their trial period is about to end, etc. So if the order is out of the trial period is over, they're not in trial, you can say, unfortunately, this is past the limit of the return policy, et cetera, et cetera. And the customer has been notified throughout the process, so they're completely up to date with the dates and the timing, et cetera. So again, what you're going to want to do is no matter where else you indicate that a return is taking place, you have to also indicate it within the Tryon app. So you're going to, again, check that it's in trial. We're going to assume in this case that the order is in trial. And we're going to go to report received items right here in the top right corner. Excellent. So here, as you can see, we have a little summary on the right. Original order value, again, current updated amount value, we discussed, and the already charged amount, 100. So the remaining amount is $100. And in order to capture the remaining money, we need to report what exactly is the status of the order. Okay, so we have a customer who wants to return one of those necklaces. Let's go to report returned items. Okay, so you can see here the Tryon ring is not Tryon managed. That was a regular order and it was already captured, etc. The Tryon necklace, here we can say the customer wanted to return 2 or just wanted to return one of the necklaces. We want to return one of those 2 necklaces. Okay, so I'm going to click approve. Great. So here we have one returned item from the customer. Now, this is really important to note. Once you've done this, or your customer support agent has done this, you don't want to click capture the remaining 50 until the return has actually arrived back to you. So in order to protect your funds and your money, you want to make sure that everything is closed up, the return is the necklace is returned safely to your warehouse, wherever you store product, etc. And then the person who works in the warehouse or you or whoever manages this can come in and click capture the remaining $50. Or again, it will automatically capture at the end of the predefined period. So I think for this store, it's like 25 days after the 10-day return period is up, it will automatically capture. So when in doubt, don't click capture because it will automatically capture for you at the end of the period anyway. So just to clarify, you can click capture the remaining $50, but that will essentially close the order. And until you've received the physical items returned, it's basically just a safer bet to make sure everything has been returned as it's supposed to be before you close the order, end the authorization holds, etc. So for example, let's say a customer said that they're going to return 3 items. It gets back to the warehouse and the folks who work in the warehouse see that there's only 2 items in the box. Then they can come in, edit it, say, actually, we only received 2 items back. And then you can make sure that you capture the funds for all the items that are still with the customer. So it's just kind of like the safest bet to make sure that you're getting paid for all your products. So basically, it's just a good call to wait till you have the products back in hand, the returns in hand. Then you can go ahead and capture the remaining $50 or the remaining however much the sum might be. And again, at the end of the return period, it will automatically be captured. So there's no way that the money won't be captured in the end. So it's always just better safe than sorry. Okay, great. So now let's say that I'm working in the warehouse of this jewelry company, and I received this necklace back in the mail. I confirm the one necklace has arrived, it's in the correct condition, et cetera, et cetera. So I say, great, no problem. I open up the Tryon order segment. I click capture the remaining $50. Go ahead. Great, total amount captured. Now I can go up here, click back on the order 1002, and you can see that all these numbers here have been updated. So this was the original order amount. This is what it was updated to after one of those necklaces was returned, 150. This is how much was captured, 150, as it should be. And the remaining total, 0. Nothing outstanding, no authorization hold, everything is good to go. And your order is all set. Great. So now you know how to set up the Tryon app on your store, how to run a Tryon order from the customer side and the merchant side. Hopefully everything's been super clear. And if you ever have any questions, any concerns, if you need something optimized specifically or customized for your store, we're very happy to do so. Please feel free to contact us anytime. You can email us at contact@tryoncommerce.com. Or of course, you can reach out to us in the chat bot at the bottom of the app, and we'll get back to you. Good luck and enjoy Tryon.